Fair use statement. This video may contain copyrighted materials, the use of which has not been specifically authorized by the copyright holders. This material is made available only for educational presentation, presented entirely for non-profit educational purposes. Welcome, grade 7 class. Today, I will be discussing to you the lesson in week 8 entitled Solving Linear Equation and Inequality in One Variable. Sit back and relax, and let's have fun in mathematics. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to solve linear equation and inequality in one variable. Graph the solution set of linear inequality in one variable. Solve problems involving linear equation and inequality in one variable. Let's have a review first of our previous lesson. What is an equation? Equation is a statement containing two equal numbers or expressions. It is noted by an equal sign in between the two quantities. Example, x minus 2 is equals to 8. Y plus 3 equals 5. These two expressions are denoted by an equal sign in between the two quantities. That's why it is called an equation. Today we are going to study the properties of equality and inequality. First, let's discuss about the equality. The first property of equality is addition property of equality. If A is equal to B, then A plus C equals B plus C. If two expressions are equal to each other and you add the same value to both sides of the equation will remain equal. In this example, we have 3 equals to 3. We add the same value to both sides, which is 2, and give us the same result, which is 5 equals 5. Next property is subtraction property of equality. If A is equal to B, then A minus C is equal to B minus C. It states that if two expressions are equal to each other and you subtract the same value to both sides of the equation will remain equal. For example, 3 is equal to 3. Then we subtract it by 2 will give us the same result, 1. The third property is multiplication property of equality. If A is equal to B, then AC equals BC. If two expressions are equal to each other and you multiply both sides by the same value, the resulting expressions will also be equivalent. For example, if we have 3 on the left and right side, then we multiply it by the same value, example by 2, we will get the same result, which is 6. Next is division property of equality. If A is equal to B and C is not equal to 0, then A over C equals B over C. It states that if two expressions are equal to each other and you divide both sides by the same value, the resulting expressions will also be equivalent. We have 6 is equal to 6. If we divide it by the same value, which is 2, it will give us the same result, which is 3 equals to 3. Next, reflexive property of equality. X is equal to X. A number or expression is equal to itself. For example, 3 equals to 3, M is equals to M. Same when you look at the mirror, you see yourself in the mirror. Next, symmetric property of equality. If AB equals CD, then CD equals AB. The sides of the equation can be interchanged. For example, x plus 8 is equal to negative 6. The negative 6 equals x plus 8. And transitive property of equality. If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. It states that if two equations are equal to a third quantity, then they are all equal to each other. For example, if 2x plus 8 equals negative 12 and negative 12 equals x minus 2, then 2x plus 8 equals x minus 2. Let's now have solving one-step and two-step linear equation in one variable. Example number 1. Y minus 8 equals 24. Since y is subtracted by 8, then we add 8 to both sides to undo the subtraction. After this, you will simplify the equation. The solution set is y equals 32. What property of equality is illustrated in the above equation? Correct. Addition property of equality. Let's check. Rewriting the equation y minus 8 equals 24. Substitute 32 and y and simplify. 24 equals 24. It's true. How do you know that the value y equals 32 is a solution to y minus 8 equals 24? Y equals 32 is a solution because when we substitute 32 for y, the equation y minus 32 equals 24. It makes the equation true. How do you know that y minus 8 equals 24 is a linear equation? It is a linear equation because the degree of the variable is 1. Let's have another example. 4.2 equals t plus 1.8. Since 1.8 is added to t, we subtract 1.8 from both sides. Then, simplify the equation. You will get 2.4 equals t, or t equals 2.4, which is the solution set is t equals 2.4. property of equality is illustrated in the above equation? Correct. Subtraction property of equality. Let's check our solution. 4.2 equals t plus 1.8 is our equation. Substitute 2.4 in t and simplify. It will give us the result 4.2 equals 4.2. How do you know that the value t equals 2.4 is a solution to 4.2 equals t plus 1.8? It is a solution because it makes the equation true. Why is 4.2 equals t plus 1.8 is a linear equation? It is a linear equation in one variable because it has only one variable and its degree is 1. Let's have example number 3. 3x equals 18. Since x is multiplied by 3, we divide 3 to both sides. Given us the solution set, which is x equals 6. Let's check the solution. First, we write the equation 3x equals 18. Then substitute 6 in x and simplify. 3 times x equals 18. Substitute it. 3 times 6 equals 18, which is 18 equals 18. What property of equality is illustrated in the above equation? Correct. Division property of equality. Why is 3x equals 18 called linear equation? It is called a linear equation because variable x degree is in the first degree. Let's have example number 4. X over 5 equals 15. Since x is divided by 5, multiply both sides by 5. Then it will give us the solution, which is x equals 75. By checking, we write first the equation, x over 5 equals 15. Substitute 75 in x and simplify. 75 divided by 5 equals 15. 15 equals 15. What property of equality is illustrated in above equation? Correct. Multiplication property of equality. Why is algebraic statement x over 5 equals 15 called linear equation? It is called linear equation because it has only one variable in the first degree. Okay, do you have any question on how to solve one-step linear equation in one variable? Okay, great. If you don't have any question, let's proceed in solving two-step linear equation in one variable. Example, solve 18 equals 4a plus 10. Since 4a is added by 10, we subtract 10 from both sides. Then simplify. We will have 8 equals 4a. Since a is multiplied by 4, divide both sides by 4 to undo the multiplication. It will give us the result of 2. So a is equals to 2. What properties of equality are illustrated in the above linear equation? Very good. Subtraction and division property of equality. Let's check the solution. First, we write the equation 18 equals 4a plus 10. Substitute 2 in a and simplify. 18 equals 4 times 2 plus 10, which gives us 18 is equal to 18. Why is 18 equals 4a plus 10 called linear equation in one variable? Because it has only one variable with a degree of 1. Let's have another example. 5t minus 2 equals negative 32. Since 5t is subtracted by 2, add to both sides. Simplify. Since t is multiplied by 5, divide both sides by 5 to undo the multiplication. It will give us the result of t equals negative 6. What properties of equality are illustrated in the above linear equation? Very good. It's addition and division of equality. Let's check the solution. First, we write the equation 5t minus 2 equals negative 32. Substitute 6 in t and simplify. It will give us the result negative 32 equals negative 32. Why is 5t minus 2 equals negative 32 called a linear equation? It has only one variable with a degree of 1. Let's have example number 3. Solve the equation and check the answer if you have n over 7 plus 2 equals 2. Since n over 7 is added by 2, subtract 2 from both sides. Simplify the equation. Since n is divided by 7, multiply both sides by 7. It will give us the result of n is equal to 0. What properties of equality are illustrated in the above linear equation? Correct! Subtraction and multiplication property of equality. Let's check our solution. Rewriting the original equation, n over 7 plus 2 equals 2. Substitute 0 in n and simplify, which gives us 2 equals 2. How do you know that n equals 0 a solution to the equation n over 7 plus 2 equals 2? It satisfies or makes the equation true. Do you have any question on how to solve one-step and two-step linear equations? If you don't have any questions, let's do this activity. Find the solution of each equation. Use properties of equality to solve the equation. In letter A, you use one-step equation. In letter B, you use two-step linear equation. You will be given 2 minutes to answer these 9-item questions. Your timer starts now. Okay, let's check your answers. Letter A, one-step equation. Number 1, 3 plus x equals 11. We will subtract both sides with 3. So we will have x is equals to 8. Number 2, x minus 7 equals 19. We will add both sides by 7 to get the x, which is 26. Number 3, 6x equals 15. We will multiply it by 1/6 to eliminate the 6 and remain the x, which is x is equal to 15 over 6. Number 4, x over 3 equals 4. We will multiply both sides by 3 to get the x, which is 12. Did you find 1 to 4 correctly? Very good. Let's have letter B. In letter B, 15 equals 2x plus 7 equals x is equals to 4. We subtract both sides with negative 7 to find x, which is 4. And number 2, 7m minus 3 equals negative 24. We added both sides with positive 3, which gives us the answer of m is equals to negative 3. Number 3, negative 2 plus 5y equals 3. We added both sides with 2, which gives us 5y equals 5. Then we multiply it by 1/5 and get y equals 1. Number 4, 1.8 equals 1.5y minus 4.2. We added both sides with 4.2 and get 6 equals 1.5y. To eliminate 1.5 and for us to get letter y is equals to 9. Number 5, p over 5 plus 2 equals 2. We subtracted both sides with negative 2. Then simplify, p over 5 equals 2. Multiply both sides by 5 to get the value of p, which is 0. Did you get the correct answers? Very good. Now let's proceed with inequality. But before that, let's review first what is inequality. An inequality is a statement that shows two numbers or expressions that are not equal. For example, 5 is greater than 3. Next, 2x is less than or equal to negative 6. Those are examples of inequality. Inequality also have different properties. First, addition property of inequality. If A is less than B, then A plus C is less than B plus C. You can add the same number to both sides of an inequality and the statement will still be true. For example, 3 is less than 8. If we will add the same value on both sides, we have 3 plus 2 is less than 8 plus 2, which gives us 5 less than 10, which is true. Another one is subtraction property of inequality. If A is less than B, then A minus C is less than B minus C. You can subtract the same number to both sides of an inequality and the statement will be true. For example, 3 is less than 8. If we will subtract it by 2, 3 minus 2 is less than 8 minus 2, which gives us 1 is less than 6, which is also true. Next is multiplication property of inequality. If A is less than B and C is greater than 0, then A, C is less than BC. You can multiply both sides of an inequality by the same positive number and the statement will be true. For example, 7 is less than 12. If we will multiply it both sides by the same value, which is 3, will give us 21 less than 36, which is true. Next is division property of inequality. If A is less than B and C is greater than 0, then A over C is less than B over C. You can divide both sides of an inequality by the same positive number and the statement will be true. Example, 15 is less than 35. If we divide both by 5, will give us 3 less than 7. Let's proceed in solving inequality in one variable. Example number 1. Solve the inequality m plus 12 is less than 20. Since 12 is added to m, subtract 12 both sides of the inequality to undo the addition. Then simplify it. It will give us m is less than 8. What property of inequality is illustrated in the above equation? Very good. Subtraction property of inequality. Let's check our solution. First, we write the given inequality. M plus 12 is less than 20. Substitute 7 on the variable m, which gives us 7 plus 12 is less than 20. Now we have 19 is less than 20. Hence, the statement is true. Now let's check if 6 is a solution. M plus 12 is less than 20. Substitute 6 on the variable m, which is 6 plus 12 is less than 20, which gives us 18 is less than 20. Hence, the statement is true. To graph the solution set m is less than 8, just locate 8 in the number line and draw an empty circle. Since the inequality symbol is less than, then extend the arrow to the left. The graph of the solution set m is less than 8 is illustrated in a red arrow below. The empty circle of the tail of the arrow means that the real number through which it lies is not a solution of the inequality. In this case, 8 is not a solution of the inequality m plus 12 is less than 20. Take note of the graph of the solution illustrated in red arrows. For the inequality symbol, if you have less than, then the tail of the red arrow is empty circle. The extension of the red arrow is extended to the left of the number line. If the inequality symbol is less than or equal to, the tail of the red arrow is solid circle, which means extension of the red arrow is extended to the left of the number line. Next inequality symbol is greater than. If the tail of the red arrow is empty circle, it means that the extension of the red arrow extended to the right of the number line. And if the inequality symbol is greater than or equal to, the tail of the red arrow is a solid circle, which is extended to the right of the number line. The red arrow is extended to the left of 8 because the symbol is less than. Question: why is the tail of the red arrow an empty circle? The tail of an arrow is an empty circle because it implies that 8 is not a solution of the inequality m plus 12 is less than 20. To prove that 8 is not a solution to the inequality m plus 12 is less than 20, let's check it out. Rewrite the given equation m plus 12 is less than 20. Substitute 8 on the variable m. 8 plus 12 is less than 20. We have 20 is less than 20. The statement is false since 20 is not less than 20. All values of m greater than or equal to 8 are not solution of the inequality m plus 12 is less than 20. Let's have example number 2. b minus 5 is less than negative 7. First, rewrite the given inequality. Since 5 is subtracted from b, add 5 on both sides of the inequality to undo the subtraction. Then simplify. The solution of the inequality is b is less than negative 2. What property of inequality is illustrated in the above equation? Addition property of inequality. Very good. The solution set is that b is such that b is greater than negative 2. To graph the solution, just locate negative 2 in the number line and draw an empty circle. Since the inequality symbol is greater than, then extend the arrow to the right. The graph is illustrated in a red arrow below. All values of b greater than negative 2 are solution of the inequality b minus 5 is greater than negative 7. Let's check our solutions. To check if b is less than negative 2 is a solution, let's take some values of b that is greater than negative 2. For example, negative 1, 0, and 1. For negative 1, we will have negative 1 minus 5 is greater than negative 7. Negative 6 is greater than negative 7, which is true. Let's have the value of 0. 0 minus 5 is greater than negative 7. Negative 5 is greater than negative 7, which is also true. Let's have the value of 1. 1 minus 5 is greater than negative 7. Negative 4 is less than negative 7, which is also true. All values of b greater than negative 2 are solutions of the inequality b minus 5 is greater than negative 7. The red arrow is extended to the right of negative 2 of the number line because the inequality symbol is greater than. Why is the tail of the red arrow an empty circle? The tail of an arrow is an empty circle because negative 2 is not a solution of the inequality b minus 5 is less than negative 7. To check if negative 2 is not a solution, let's do the checking. First, rewrite the equation. b minus 5 is less than negative 7. Substitute negative 2 on the variable b. We will have negative 7 is less than negative 7, which is not true. Therefore, all values of b less than or equal to negative 2 are not solution of the inequality b minus 5 is greater than negative 7. Remember this. Solving inequalities is similar to solving equations. To solve an inequality that contains multiplication or division, and do the operation by dividing or multiplying both sides of the inequality by the same number. Let's have here examples. 7a is greater than negative 42. Since a is multiplied by 7, divide both sides by 7 to undo the multiplication operation. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Negative 42 divided by 7 is negative 6. Take note that the coefficient 1 does not necessarily be written. Hence, the final solution shown below. A is less than negative 6. The solution set such that A is greater than negative 6. What property of inequality is applied? Division property of inequality. All values of A greater than negative 6 are solutions of the inequality 7a is greater than negative 42. The graph of the solution is set illustrated below by a red arrow. The graph of the red arrow is extended to the right of negative 6 on the number line because the inequality symbol is greater than. Why is the tail of the red arrow an empty circle? The tail of an arrow is an empty circle because negative 6 is not a solution of the inequality 7a is greater than negative 42. Let's have another example. X over 3 is greater than or equal to 2.4. The given inequality is written on the first row. Since x is divided by 3, multiply both sides by 3 to undo the multiplication. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 2.4 multiplied by 3 is 7.2. Take note that the coefficient 1 does not necessarily be written. Hence, the final solution shown below. X is greater than or equal to 7.2. 7.2 is the solution of the inequality and x over 3 is greater than 2.4. All values of x greater than or equal to 7.2 are solutions of the inequality x over 3 is greater than or equal to 2.4. What property of inequality is applied? Very good, multiplication property of inequality. The graph of the solution set is illustrated below. The graph of the arrow is extended to the right of 7.2 of the number line because the inequality symbol is greater than or equal to. Why is the tail of the red arrow a solid circle? The tail of an arrow is a solid circle because 7.2 is a solution of the inequality x over 3 is less than or equal to 2.4. Let's now proceed to solving word problems involving linear equation and inequalities in one variable. Before we go on, let's study first the steps on how to solve word problems. First, read and understand the problem carefully. Then, represent the unknown with a variable. Next, associate the unknown variable with the values given in the problem. Then, form an equation using the values and variables. Fifth, solve the equation using algebraic expression. Then prove and check the answers. Example number 1. One-step word problem of linear equation in one variable. Nancy bought 5 rolls of colored film and 6 rolls of black and white film. The 5 rolls of colored film cost 250 pesos, and Nancy paid a total of 430 pesos for both colored and black and white films. Write the equation that represents the problem and solve for the cost of 6 rolls of black and white film. Hints. Let X be the cost of 6 rolls black and white film. Nancy bought 5 rolls of colored film, cost 250 pesos. Formula. The total cost of 5 colored film and 6 black and white film is 430 pesos. Thus, the linear equation will be x plus 250 is equals to 430. Let's check our solution. The equation is x plus 250 equals 430. Since x is added by 250, subtract 250 both sides of the equation. The solution is x is equal to 180. 180 pesos is the cost of 6 black and white film. Let's check it. Rewrite the original equation, x plus 250 equals 430. Substituting 180 in x and simplify will give us 430 equals 430, which is true. Let's have 2 steps word problems of linear equation in one variable. Jane joined the dining club at the local cafe for a fee of 29.95 pesos. Being a member entitles her to save 2 pesos and 50 centavos every time she buys lunch. Jane calculates that she has saved a total of 12 pesos and 55 centavos so far after joining the club. Write and solve the equation to find how many times Jane has eaten lunch at the cafe. Hints. Let M be the number of meals. Jane saves 250 in every meal, therefore the expression is 2.5 M. Savings on meals times the number of meals is 2.5 M. The initial fee is 29.95 pesos. The total savings is 12 pesos and 55 centavos. The formula. Savings on meals times the number of meals minus the initial fee equals the total savings. Solution. Our equation is 2.5 M minus 29.95 equals 12.55. Since 2.5 M is subtracted by 29.95, add 29.95 to both sides of the equation. Simplify the equation. It will give us 2.5 M plus 0 equals 42.50. Since M is multiplied by 2.5, divide both sides by the equation by 2.5. It will give us the solution of M is equal to 17. Jane has eaten lunch 17 times in the cafe. Let's check it. Rewrite the equation 2.5m minus 29.95 equals 12.55. Substitute 17 in m and simplify, which will give us 12.55 equals 12.55, which is true. Example number 3. The sum of three consecutive odd integers is 81. Find the numbers. Let's have the solution. The difference between two odd numbers is 2. If x is the first odd integer, then x plus 2 is the second odd integer, and the third integer is x plus 2 or x plus 4. The equation is x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals 81. Combine the similar terms will give us 3x plus 6 equals 81. Since 3x is added by 6, subtract 6 both sides of the equation. 3x plus 6 minus 6 equals 81 minus 6. Simplify it, we'll have 3x equals 75. Since m is multiplied by 3, divide both sides by 1/3. X is equal to 25. Let's check the solution. The first number is x equals 25. The second number is x plus 2. Therefore, 25 plus 2 equals 27. Third number is x plus 4. Therefore, 25 plus 4 equals 29. Let's check our solution. The sum of three consecutive odd integers is 81. So we have 25 plus 27 plus 29 equals 81. 81 is equal to 81, which is correct. Let's have another problem. Anton is 2 more than 3 times older than her daughter Sab. In 16 years, he will be twice as old as his daughter. What are their present ages? Solution. Let x be the daughter's present age and x plus 6 the age 16 years from now. Anton's age is 2 more than 3 times older than her daughter Sab, which is 3x plus 2. In 16 years, Anton's age is twice as old as her daughter, 2 times the quantity of x plus 16. Let's represent this in table. At present age, Sab is x and Anton is 3x plus 2. Age 16 from now, Sab is x plus 16 and Anton is 3x plus 2 plus 16 and 2 times x plus 16. In forming an equation, consider equating the same quantity expressed in different way. In this case, you can equate Anton's age 16 years from now. Let's have the equation 3x plus 2 plus 16 equals 2 times the quantity x plus 16. Let's simplify both sides. By APE, we have 3x equals 2x plus 14. Using by APE again to combine 3x and 2x, we will get the age of Sab now. X is equal to 14, which is the age of Sab. And the age of Anton now is 3 times 14 plus 2, which is equals to 44. Let's check it. If Sav's age now is 14, her age in 16 years is 14 plus 16 equals 30. If Anton's age now is 44, his age in 16 years is 44 plus 16 equals 60. The age of Anton is twice as the age of Sabs 16 years from now, which is the condition in the problem. Let's have the steps in solving linear inequality word problems. First, read and understand the problem carefully. Then, represent the unknown with a variable. Third, associate the unknown variable with the values given in the problem. Fourth, form an inequality using the values and variables. Fifth, solve the inequality using algebraic method considering the condition. And lastly, prove and check the answers. Example number 1. Sarah has iron deficiency. She needs to take vitamins with iron. The recommended daily allowance or RDA of iron for female ages 14 to 18 years is 15 milligrams per day. Sarah has consumed 11 milligrams of iron. Example number 1. Sarah has iron deficiency. She needs to take vitamins with iron. The recommended daily allowance or RDA of iron for female ages 14 to 18 years is 15 milligrams per day. Sarah has consumed 11 milligrams of iron today. Write, solve, and graph an inequality to show how many more milligrams of iron Sarah can consume without exceeding RDA. Let's have the solution. First, let M represent the additional amount of iron that Sarah needs to take. Then, the sum of the amount taken and the additional amount is associated by the expression 11 plus M. Since the recommended daily allowance of iron for Sarah's age is 15, then the inequality is 11 plus M is less than or equal to 15. Let's solve the inequality. Write the inequality 11 plus M is less than or equal to 15. Use the subtraction property of inequality. Subtract it both sides with 11. Then simplify. The solution of the inequality is M is less than or equal to 4. So Sarah has to take additional iron of 4 milligrams. Let's check it. After writing the inequality, substitute 4 to the variable M and simplify. It will give us 15 is less than or equal to 15. The statement is true since 15 is less than or equal to 15. Example number 2. The length of the rectangle is 4 more than twice the width. If the perimeter is not more than 80 cm, find the possible dimension of the rectangle. Solution. Let x be the width, 2x plus 4 is the length. 4 more than twice the width. Then the perimeter of the rectangle is P equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Since the perimeter can be 80 but not more than 80, then the inequality is 2L plus 2W is less than or equal to 80. Let's solve the inequality. Write the inequality 2L plus 2W is less than or equal to 80. Substitute the value for length and the width. Use the distributive property. After distributing, simplify the equation. Next, use the API and the MPI property. We will have the result x is less than or equal to 12. since there is no negative measurement. Since 1 equals 2x plus 4, if x equals 0, then the length is 4. However, the width must be greater than 0. Therefore, the length is greater than 4. The highest possible width is 12. Then the length is 2 times 12 plus 4, which is equals to 28. Therefore, the length can be equal or less than 28. When we write the equation, we have here 2 times the quantity 2x plus 4 plus 2 times x equals negative less than or equal to 80. Let's substitute the 12 to the variable x and simplify. It will give us 80 is less than or equal to 80. Do you have any questions on how to solve linear equation and inequality in one variable? I hope our discussion went well and everybody understood the lesson. Let's do it! In your module, you have 3 learning tasks. All you have to do is to answer the learning test carefully. Learning task 1, you need to find the value or values of x that will make the equation or inequality true. In learning task 2, solve for x in the equation and solve for x in the inequality. In learning task 3, solve the given word problems. I hope this video helps you in doing your lesson in Module Week 8. Always remember, there's always a solution for every problem. If you can find it, you just haven't found it yet. Keep searching for the solution. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you learned something from it. This is Mom Salve and see you on my next video. Bye-bye.